Welcome to the EagleWare website series of how-to videos. We're going to tell you how to share a Google Calendar with another user. It's fairly simple to do, if not entirely straightforward. First thing we need to do is log into our Google Calendar account. I've created two accounts. One of them we created in a previous video. Two test accounts, test 1 and test 2. We'll sign in to test 1. You notice it's in week view, and I prefer month view to get it to come up that way all the time. If we go into our settings and click the general tab and go down here where it says default view and say month, now every time we log into the calendar it will default to the month. Now we created some events already. All of our events are purple. We currently only have one account, one calendar, and we set our color to be purple. If we wanted them pink or whatever, we can make them that way. And the reason for that is so you can tell the difference between calendar. To share this calendar, we go into our settings and click on our shared edit settings and add somebody. In this case, we're going to add our other test account, test 2. And then you can give them what permission level that they can have access to the calendar. Everything. If you want them to just be able to add events to your calendar or change events, you click this one. If you want to share responsibility for the calendar so that they can update your web calendar for your website, this is what you would select. If you only want them to see the events and not make any changes, you'd select one of these. Then you click add person and then save. Now if that person didn't have an Google Calendar account, a pop-up window would have appeared telling you that they didn't have a Google Calendar account and ask you if you wanted to send them an email inviting them to join Google Calendar. But in this case, it did have a Google test 2 did have a Google account, so it just sent the notification. Let's go ahead and sign out of here. If we pull up our email program, we notice we got a new email from test 1, which was the calendar account we was logged into, and it's given me notice that I've been granted permission to add and change events in the calendar. We could click this link and go directly to our calendar, or we could just log in, which we will do. You notice as our calendar came up, it now has test 2. It's now showing test 1 events along with our test 2 events on this calendar. And you see we got our calendar here. Test 2 is up here under my calendars, and then we have EagleWare sample calendar 1 under other calendars, and the color are different for each one. If we only want to look at our calendar, say display only this calendar, and it'll only show our events. If we want to go ahead and look at the other calendars, if you click on them, it will add their events. When you go to make an event now, test whatever, now we can select which calendar we want to make the event for. We can either save it to our calendar or we can save it to the other calendar. We'll save it to our other calendar that we've been invited to. And now when it creates our event, since we saved it to calendar 1 and it's orange, it saved it to the other calendar, so anybody that has access to calendar 1 can now see this new event. And that's basically how you share a Google Calendar with various users to give them different administration access to the calendar so that they can make changes to it if you want them to.